So, welcome to what is not the back office. This is Atari-Staffroom. And I borrowed the back office format because it's the best way to do this. I recently joined the realms of original hardware with the atari-Staffroom, and it came with this mouse. Now, I've never heard it's an adult mouse. Never heard of that brand. But we're going to give it a clean. Because it's a ball mouse. For those of you who don't know, before the days of optical mice, our little squeaky friends run round on balls like this. And the rollers inside got really quite filthy. I don't know what you can see in there. These are pretty good, as it turns out. And they're, oddly enough, they seem to be stainless steel rollers as opposed to plastic. Can you just see them catching the light there? I don't know whether I can pick this up properly before we do the dismantling. But yes, and the whole mouse is a bit grubby. There's a nice little switch there. It's a switchable mouse, so there's Amiga, AM, and down to Atari. Yeah, and its serial number. Can we pick that up? Come on, I'm trying with a new camera. 91866424, made in Taiwan, ROC, or Taiwan, however you want to pronounce it. Right. Now then, getting into this first, because I feel it needs to be taken apart, is a bit more difficult. Now, I believe there are, push on the sticker, there are divots. See, one there, yeah? There are divots. So I'm imagining the screw holes are behind that sticker. Now, I don't want to damage the label, the serial number, so I'm going to just nip off camera and try using a hairdryer to warm it up and soften the glue, and then we will use a particularly, let's have a look, see what I have. Slightly rusty scalpel fitting. Always be careful when you're using sharp blades, obviously. We're going to get rid of that one. We're going to place it in my magnetic kit nice and carefully, and we're going to pop this in here. And it's on a chuck head, these so just tighten it up. So I've then got a nice little sharp-edged scraper. It's a bit rusty. I don't use these that often. It's only a little bit of surface rust, I think. A nice sharp edge tip on it, and the tip is nice and clean to get underneath. So I'm just going to nip off and use this hairdryer. Fabulous. To soften the glue, and I shall return. And I'm back. Right, okay, so we've softened the glue with some hairdryer action. Let's see if we can get this out. I think this is going to be a fail, and I'm going to have to break the seal, unfortunately. Yes, this is a fail. Right, okay, it's not going to work. In we go, screwdriver. Break the seal. Right. Okay, not the end of the world. I mean, I will have to open it at another point to clean it, obviously. But, yeah, we'll just see how we go now. Right, okay, that comes off. Sorry, my video monitor just went into screensaver mode then. I forgot to turn it off. Oh, so we've got my little Phillips head screwdriver, because that's what's in here. And we just pop him open. Right. Okay, and there's the mousiness in all its glory. Right, so what do we have in here? We have let's see if we can lower the camera a bit, see if we can get a better focus on what's going on here. Now, just focus in, can we? It's manual focus on this as much as anything else. I think let's try. Oh, there's a shot of my crotch. You lucky people. All right, okay. So here we go. Right. So what do we have? Well, first of all, obviously the ball lives in this pocket by here. Just pop him in, and is held against the rollers. There's the rollers. You can probably see them a bit better now. See them just in there. So this one is sprung load and holds the ball against these rollers here and here. One is for the x-axis, one is for the y-axis. These then go to an encoder, and the movement of these rollers, which is picked up by this diode and photodiode, I imagine it's a photodiode anyway, is translated into movement. And on the side you can see there's the switch that switches between ST and Amiga. Now, as I understand it, that only switches over one of these terminals, and that's all it needs to switch between. Oh, start that again. I think I might have moved things out of sight there. So we just do that again quick. This is the encoder. Those little rollers turn these wheels. There's a diode and a photodiode. I'm not sure which way around they are, but there. And that picks up the little, you can see that the wheels have, I'm trying to just get it so you can see what's going on here. You can see this back one down here, though, I think. Little wheel by there, and that's what's turned when the mouse forward turns. Anyway, we're not worried about how it works, we just want to clean it. So, okay, first job now is we've taken that off. We've got to take this board off. Well, not the board, sorry, the actual plastic housing for the ball. This is the way, I mean, people can clean mice in different ways. I just find this tends to be the easiest way to do a ball mouse, and they're all pretty similar. As you can see, the rollers aren't too bad. Now, you can see there's a build-up of crud here and here. See, just where it's not quite so shiny on the camera, and here. Right, now, there are people say various ways. Some people use knives, some people use cocktail sticks. I don't. I use cheapo plastic spoons. And why do I use cheapo plastic spoons? Well, the plastic is nice and soft and tends to be at the back end. You've got this little area here. Now, well, which is almost like a little spoon in itself. Now, if you can get that, just scrape away at the roller. These are metal rollers, so this is quite cool. So I'm not having too much of a problem. But a lot of these, or certainly the cheaper roller mice, had plastic, cheaper ball mice, sorry, had plastic rollers. So I don't even see what I'm doing now, I'm just scraping away. I'm sorry the light isn't very good. Yeah. If I put my lights on, I'm getting glare because everything's white, and I'm basically using cheap cameras and stuff because, you know, I'm cheap. What can I say? Yeah, so just scraping away at it using this edge and this edge. I mean, I could use the edge of the spoon, I suppose, but that'd be quite cumbersome. Doesn't matter. But this I find is a nice soft way to, nice soft plastic. Could use the edge of a credit card, I suppose, but why? This is a lot easier to get in, a lot easier to work. Yeah, I think we're almost there on that one. Right, now then, we've got the sprung load roller by here, which is going to be a little more difficult just because it moves in that way. So I'm going to have to hold it in such a way now that I unscript this way. I mean, this is the, as you would imagine, this is the dirtiest one of them all, because this is applying direct pressure to the ball and therefore direct pressure to all the crud the ball is picking up off desks and fingers. If you because we've all done it. Those of us of a certain age have all sort of had a ball mouse on our laps and worked it with our fingers from underneath, which sounds filthy. But we've worked our balls with our fingers. I'm sure we have. Yeah, so anyway, we'll give that a nice little scrape like that. An interesting fact, there are a couple of variations of the standard Atari mouse. You know the grey one? The big grey sort of slab that came with the Atari. There's a few variations and they work slightly differently. And somehow the Atari knows that what iteration of mouse is in there. It's a bit strange, but it knows, so we're not going to hold that against it. It's just, the Atari ST is just an amazing piece of hardware. Right, and there we are, that's lovely and clean. Right, I'm thinking while we've got this apart, and there's the circuit popping out of its little plastic shell. There's the slidey switch for the ST Amiga. Right, just have a look at the underside of the circuit board. Let's just see if we can get that into shot. Sorry, I don't normally do this sort of thing, so everything looks quite good, but I think that's just a crap on the board, a bit of chocolate or something. Yeah, I don't want to scrape too hard. It's just crap. But these are all lovely, nice solder, and then you've got this switch, which is a bit of a mess, to be honest, but compared to everything else, it looks better on the camera than it does in real life. They seem to have bridged things, but hey, it's working. There's no obvious signs of damage. We're happy with that. But we're just going to give things a quick once over. So we're going to just soft cloth the circuit board, just give it a little dust. And then I'm going to nip away to the kitchen. Now that's done, we'll set that over there, out the way. And I'm going to get some multi-surface cleaner and just give the mouse a quick once over while I've got it open. I shall return. I'm in the kitchen. Here we are, that was the kitchen cupboards. I'm actually doing this on my dining room table with my rather nice, I believe it's a ZX81, chopping board my brother got me for Christmas. Was it this year or last year? This year, I think. So yeah, so I just got some multi-surface cleaner on this. I'll just give it a wipe out. Just get into the corners. Just give it a wipe out. Just remove any. I don't know if you can see that. It's not too bad. There's not much dirt coming out of there. But it don't hurt. I always tend to give things a wipe out. I'm going to crack them open, regardless. Sometimes I won't use a cloth for this purpose. This is fine. Right, now this is quite grubby underneath, so let's just get my spray on it. There we are, just a couple of little squirts. Let it dribble on. It's just cheapo kitchen cleaner from Aldi's. It's actually very good stuff, to be honest. And for general purpose cleaning, it's not bad at all. Oops, right, that's a little bit of plastic falling out. That's off that slidey thing. Pop that back in a minute. Right, now I just want to see if I can get. I do apologise. I'm in terrible trouble because I'm not used to doing this sort of thing. I'm just sort of trying to watch what I'm doing, trying to watch the monitor, and it's not a great situation to be in, to be honest. Right, there we are. There we are. I've noticed that's lifting. That's the sort of Teflon nylon pad thing slide on. It's lifting. Now is that lifting because I've cleaned it, or was it lifting before and I've just sort of raised it? I'm hoping it was lifting anyway. Just need a little bit of super glue under that now. Should pave the way for that. Let's just see if I can. Oh, God, this. I am so bad. I'm just so crap at making these videos, but I'm giving it a go. And that's the important thing. You've got to give these things a go. Right, remember this? Remember this little spludger thing? I'm going to get in there because there's some crud in there. And we just give it a... There you go, you can see it, move it. The actual slow... I'm just wondering, is that slime? Because that colour, to me, is indicative of two things. Earwax and Evo Stick adhesive. So I'm wondering, has this been stuck down before? Or is it just a cheap piece of crap and it's been stuck down with Evo Stick in the factory? Right, these two edges are lifting now, so I'm going to glue them back down with a little bit of super glue. Let's flip it down so you can see it. There. See they're lifting? So I'm just thinking a little dot of super glue in each corner. Now, so back out to the kitchen. Right, here's my well-used tube of super glue. So we're going to use this. This is a gel as opposed to the sort of liquid, which I find a little more useful. Let's make sure we got something coming out first. This is where I'm doing this. Ah, there he is. And the gel a little more controllable. Right, so I'll just push it down with this because I want the super glue to attach itself to my fingers really. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting fact, for those of you who don't know, super glue was originally invented for medical purposes. Yeah, for closing wounds. It's still used in some form today. I know Jackie Chan, action movie star Jackie Chan, all a nice guy apparently, he's a big fan of using super glue on set for small cuts and scratches. These were in the days before, well, I don't know if health and safety has made it to Hong Kong cinema yet, but it certainly didn't back in sort of the 80s and early 90s. Okay, right, that seems to be nice. And just breathe on it. Some hot air, bit of moisture helps the curing process. Right, just put the top back on my glue. This glue has lasted well. Speaking of glues, for those of you who are interested, and I have a Poundland local, they do a very good, Poundland do a very good 2-part epoxy resin adhesive at the moment in the double syringe for £1, and I've actually used it to fix the fronts came off my freezer drawers, and I've actually used that to fix them back on, and it's held brilliantly at those cold temperatures. So if you that way inclined, and you need some, always like to have adhesives on hand and glues and resins and things, I suggest picking it up because it's good stuff. And I haven't been paid in any way to say that. Right, that goes back in, and the switch lined up perfectly without me paying any attention, which is always a good thing. Right, now then, what have we got going on here? I've got to remember what I'm doing. Right, okay, first of all, remember this? Our actually, you know what I need to do? I need to clean this out as well. Give this a scrub. What I'll do, for those of you who are interested on how mices work, I did find a very good article on it. If I can find it again, I'll put a link to it in the description below. But there are lots of YouTube videos, because I went looking for some YouTube videos to link to on how ball mice work as opposed to optical mice. And get that boy back in nicely down. As I said, I went looking, and to be honest, everything was pretty... This is about basically what you've got from this video, plus without the how to clean. But, oh God, look at the state on that. I know you pick up the bogging, as we used to say in school. That's bogging, that is. Right, let's give this a scrub. Crikey, look at it. You can see, oh, don't know whether you can see this. This is, that's what's coming off it. I'll tell you what, I used just plain old kitchen cleaner on my Dragon 32. Give it a bit of a clean. I stripped it and I cleaned. I should really have done a video on that because that would have been interesting for people. I stripped it just because I'd never cleaned it. So, and I thought I'd check the state of the capacitors and things while I was in there. Possibly I need to change one. And I'm just sort of, it's not that, it's not, you know, capacitor isn't bloating or leaking or anything, but I just noticed it looks a bit worn on one of the terminals. If I do decide to change that capacitor, it's on the power supply, it's a nice big capacitor, it'll be a relatively straightforward job. If I do decide it, I'll do a video on that, just so you guys can see the inside of that. Right, okay, that goes back on there. Come on, and then I've got these little hooks by here, go under the tabs. I would imagine, and then that all lines up and clicks back in. Oh, that's looking quite nice. Excellent, right, okay. So let's pop these back in. So one. There's two. These are cheap screwdriver Smaldies, but they've served me so well over the years. I think I've probably had them 5 years plus now. There's the ball look. Be interesting to see how big the diameter on this ball, but we're not going to do that now. In he goes, and we'll just. I just realised something actually. I haven't cleaned this, and you can see it's a bit grotty. So on the edge, yeah, you probably see that bit of grot just by there. Look, give that a bit of a wipe. Everything looks like it's coated in Evo stick or earwax. It wouldn't surprise me if it's Evo stick, but to be honest, right there we are. We'll push those. That's it. Oh, so nice, so clean. I need to give it a wipe with a dry cloth now because actually it's still a bit damp from the scrubbing. And it's not. There's a bit of dampness on there. It's not a lot. Maybe it's left a bit of a film, that kitchen cleaner. Oh, that does feel so much better, actually. Movement of that mouse. I mean, it's sliding a bit on there. You really need something less. Yeah, there's a box, look. We like that. That's fabulous. Okay. Okay, guys, so that is... let's just get him in the shot there. That is me add up mouse that I had with my atari-ST pickup, and yeah, nice and clean now. Okay, that's it. Let's just back up the camera. Let's see if we can do a wide angle shot here. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just put this out the way so you can see my chopping board thing that my brother got me. Let's clear the way. Right. Now, I'm assuming this is a ZX 80, 81, something like that, because, if I focus in, here, we have the Zilog Z80A processor here. We have the Ferranti ULA by here. We have something that just says microcomputer here. And we have a Toshiba TMM 2016P. I don't know what the hell that is. But these two make me think, particularly the ULA, make me think it's a specky board. Plus, I don't know if I can just... You've got these connectors by here. And it just all smacks of Spectrum. But anybody know for certain? Let me know. And, oh, look, expansion slot. Yeah, it's looking more and more like that. And then we've got over here, ear, mic, 9-volt DC. So, yeah, it's smacking into me of Spectrum. But anybody knows for certain, let me know. Okay, well, that's it. We've cleaned our mouse. I've done a video like this. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you for another video soon. Bye!